All right, guys, what's going on this Wednesday?
All right, Scott, thank you for the introduction. And what a pleasant surprise, Scott, to have so many prospects today because, usually you got people who want to get a little bit of advice, who know how to use it. A lot of times you get lots of, just subscribers coming in listening. But here we have a lot of prospects. Well. Brad, my good buddy, if that's the case, if we've got so many new potential prospects, there's nothing that tells me that this is not an opportunity to go philosophical.
All right, let's do it. Well, that's how you roll.
So before we get deep under the trading blanket, please understand that all the information that I'm going to provide to you or anyone at Trade Ideas is for educational informational purposes only. Trade Ideas is not a registered investment advisor. If you are seeking specific advice for your account, please consult a registered investment advisor. Exhale. All right, Brad. So we're going to test the age of our prospects today by saying that you and I, to help you more in this whole Q&A and introduce you to the most killer software available anywhere for, I'm gonna tell you that Brad here is Johnny Utah and I am Boda Zappa. Brad, do you know what movie I'm referring to? Brad's mic's probably not on. He's the, so Brad doesn't know about any
Sorry,
of this
buddy.
stuff.
No, I don't. I don't. You probably knew I wouldn't know, huh?
How about this, Brad? You should.
I know I should, right?
It's terrible that
like
you
those
know.
movies.
Okay, audience, does anybody know who Johnny Utah and Boda Zappa are? Just, since we're in the Q&A.
Utah. I didn't hear you say Johnny Utah, but
Johnny Utah. What movie am I talking about?
Break Point.
Point Break.
Point Break.
Terrible movie person.
The words were there, just flipped.
Listen, guys, the reason we're talking about Point Break is because we're talking about surfing. And surfing is probably the closest you come, except for golf, two things that you and I love, Brad, that mimics market behavior. And the reason is different sets, different shots or sets, Brad, they require different equipment. So are you guys enjoying the show of the 1,000-point up days and the 800-point down days?
It is volatile out there, isn't it?
Are you enjoying the show? If you're not, you might not be on the proper tools. So listen, in surfing, if you want to be hitting the big waves, you got to go with the long board. Right, Brad? If you're going to be cutting up the smaller surf, you go with a little bit of a short board. So the kind of volatility where you have in the market right now, where you've got stocks that are making 100% moves in a day or two, requires you to kind of be on a little bit of a longer board and not just trade things for 20 or 15 or 30 cents. So that's what we're trying to say here is that we're creating the ultimate environment for you to get into positions, work them, and if they don't work out for you, move on to other positions. There's never going to be a shortage of the proper opportunities. So in this window, in this slide, we're talking about how we kind of put in more information into the single stock window. And that is really going to be the focus of the new stuff, Brad, because I think that, we've been pushing a lot of product out. We're going to talk about, since so many new people, we're going to talk about all the different things that we've just released. But just this slide is a good starting point because we're talking about integrating the information surface so that you feel comfortable about making the trade. Okay, I'm going to exit out of this. And I'm going to kind of, number one, show you some fun. So a lot of times I talk to you guys and I'm demonstrating to you simulation mode. Okay, so right here, we have Trade Ideas Simulated Trading. That's where I practice my technique. Or if a professional golfer like Tiger Woods, he wants to work on something, he does it in the simulated mode so that he doesn't, cost himself strokes or in this case money on mistakes. So I'm learning, so I want to work on different things. If I feel like I'm getting worse at short trading the downside. I'll practice some of that. If I feel like I want to improve some of my risk management, all of that is done through trial and error on the simulated trading, and then that allows me to actually execute what I've learned. And today I happened to have been doing it live, and you guys caught me on the actual trading. And so this is the other thing you need to know. The reason that we are so good at this innovation stuff is because, see, we still do it. I mean, we've been doing trade ideas for 17 years, and I still engage in the market because, again, it is kind of like, Brad, it's kind of like golf, right? You always want to make the good shot. It's not like this is something you outgrow, or, you know, like in pro football, I mean, eventually you just can't run with the young guys. You know, your body gives up and you can't do it. But here,
well, I think it's one of the very special things about trade ideas. It is built by traders, and you're right. You know, continuing that act and that endeavor only keeps the software on point.
Yeah. So let me show you. So these are the two positions that I ended up staying in after kind of working on a lot of stuff all day. And this is what I executed. I'll show you, just so you can see. You know, notice how, you know, I'm evaluating this, not a lot of great positive trades, but at the same time, I really had no big outstanding gapes. So you see like how I kept my losers smaller than my winners. And overall, you know, again, it wasn't a fantastic, but I was able to parlay that into staying in the bigger positions I wanted to stay in. So here I'm just showing you guys that we are putting our technology to work in real life. Okay, so this is me working real money. You know, the other thing we talk about, how all the data that we give you that other brokers and other vendors don't give you, like here, you know, I'm also being able to see something. Like, for example, I got almost everything out of BAC that I was in. You know, I'm very close to my P&L today, is close to my max P&L. And Brad, you know, as it turns out, you kind of want that to always be the case, right? You want your max
Certainly that's the ideal scenario.
Right. At the end of the day, you want your max P&L to be close to your today P&L, and I did not do that as well as I should have. Okay, and so that teaches you a little bit of just kind of how to work with the data, work with the numbers. Notice I'm not like trying to code anything. I'm just showing you that this is how you get better at the craft of stock speculation, which is what we do. We speculate on the stock market. So here, these are all the exited trades. And you can see my position, they're closed, and the positions that are open are the ones that I'm still holding. And again, I'm showing you that I hold things overnight. You know, there was a buy signal on Twitter, my goodness, at 32.59. I actually entered it, you know, obviously on this big market pullback around here at 33.96, and we're at 35.85. So I'm like somewhere.
But you can see, you know, you can see your blue annotation right there. That
you guys can see what I'm doing here, right? I mean, and you want to see if it can get back out and run into, you know, higher. Because again, it survived. I made it through this pain, so we'll see. And so we have given you kind of a roadmap for every trade that you can make, and that roadmap is in the chart. So notice here, I can kind of see like what a hypothetical swing exit is. So for me, I would get out because of the size sooner. But if you were like in a couple hundred shares, you probably want to hold on to 31.60. In other words, let it make a new low, because then that would mean that whatever it was that caused the bounce has been discounted already. And if it doesn't, then I mean, this thing could run again all the way to highs. So I'm just simply trying to show that you have unlike other software products, you have a roadmap on every single chart. And I can pull up a stock like Apple that all of you guys know, okay? And so on Apple, and let me just zoom in here a little bit, okay? Notice how the software kind of thinks right now that if you were gonna go long and buy Apple right here, 3301.70, this is your smart stop, 300 85, like the way it's been trading recently. A profit target, if you want to take a little, if it starts running, just a little here, because it could pull back, but then, you know, it's freedom. Okay, and again, here's your swing stop. So every stock you have, let's look at Tesla, again, just for pure entertainment purposes. I don't like to trade these big names, but I know a lot of you guys do. So here you have it. Once again, the software creates a trading plan for you based on AI, based on volatility. We're way beyond the traditional technical analysis, the Wilders, the Elliots, the every whatever other name you have. We're way past that, guys. Okay. I know lots of people like to come in and ask us, Brad, do you have the Bollingers? Do you have the Bollingers?
Well, there's no end to that, right? I mean, there's so many.
Between Kelter, Bollinger, Elliott, and some other last name, you can get lost forever. Guys, like I said, we're past that stuff. Okay? We're past it because technology has outgrown it. It's just for the same reason you don't use basic programming today when you're on Twitter, because you don't have to. Okay? And we've already gotten this information into a different state for you. In other words, so first of all, you can see number one, and this is, again, you guys are new. So take a look at the left-hand side of my screen here. It's a channel bar, okay? So these are channels that you can subscribe to, depending on if you're on standard or premium, okay? And these channels allow you to see different situations. You know, pre-configured, already expertly done, nothing else for you to do. Remember, guys, okay? There's a fallacy in the stock market world that you need to program your own system to succeed. This is not the case. You're never going to be a hot HFT trader. This is not what, you know, what humans do. What you are is kind of like a poker player. If you're going to be in a game, right? And you're playing against other poker players, and there's a little bit of the house in terms of the spread, okay? You are trying to see information better than other people. How do you do that? Well, again, one of the ways is we've created kind of like this expert level environment for you. Okay, whoa. Look at that. Okay, so sorry, it's just sometimes.
Yeah, I had that one fire on my price alerts today.
Sometimes something just catches your attention. Guys, see that nice little turnaround here in the silver brown resources? I don't know, but this is the kind of stuff I love. Just saying. So I right click and I'm going to say create a price alert. When this goes above 350, and I say, I love this turn around. Okay. And I press save. Boom. So here it is. And by the way, I can grab it. I can move it a little bit. Sure, why not? Okay. So, Rilker, we'll get to all that. We'll show you how to find all the information about it. So what I'm just trying to tell you is that, so we have these expertly created layouts that are designed for you already, with us being basically professional traders. We're telling you, here's what you should be looking at. Okay, VTIQ. I mean, look at these moves from 1 to 450. Guys, listen to me. So between 1 and 450, there's 450%. And if it goes back to 1, that's another 450%. That's 900%. Okay, this is why you are here. And notice you didn't have to set anything up to look at it. It was the first one there. Because this one happens to be sorted by what's up the most. But you can see kind of the price pattern here. Either way, up or down, you are looking for a nice ride. Okay. We do different things in different ways. You know, again, we're looking for these kinds of turnaround patterns already that are in the stock. Again, I want a little bit more volume, but I'll put an alert on it. Right here. No. See, it's all part of the game. You just, when something catches your eye, it looks good, save, and I also hard at like you do social media stuff, okay? That way, again, it's on my channel then right here. So all of these are designed to look really interesting, okay? I mean, there's just no shortage of amazing opportunities right now. This is the time to be in the market. You guys, Brad,
It is. This
somebody
is the
take
time.
a,
Yeah, this is the time to have technology like trade ideas to be able to find these incredible opportunities. Things are, I mean, there's been so much volatility over the last week, and things are moving in a way that they just normally don't move. And in order to find those, you need some type of tool to do it, and that's exactly what trade ideas does.
shake them up, Brad. I mean, guys, listen, you know, you have a couple of interesting things that, well, I mean, let's talk about it literally. You have a viral outbreak, which then necessitates some sort of possible medicine. Again, without any of the belief systems of what it really is or isn't, doesn't matter. The small biotechs are exploding. It's like they legalized pot, but they're doing it every day. Like if you remember some of the pot stocks, Brad, you know, but this is like every day. Oh, look, guys, just made it legal again. I thought you did that yesterday. No, we're doing it now. There are these, like this is also where you are getting to see, and Brad, tell me if you do not agree, this is kind of like the 2008 once in a lifetime sort of opportunities. Too.
It is. You need to be around to participate in these very, very black swan type events that just don't happen all the time, and the type of events that you just don't model for.
Exactly. So listen, I'm glad, VR, I'm glad that you try the software out for free. In terms of how to use it, I mean, look at what I'm doing. First of all, just so that you guys know, there is literally an education event almost every single day, live streaming on YouTube, including our open trading room run by Barry Anderson, for which I have a slide for later. But it's our specialty to get you up to speed. But you got to make a little bit of an effort in the context of what we provide. So there's online meeting places and events, trading rooms, tutorials. There's, hey, Brad, look, you're talking to the CEO. There's this. We're doing this every Wednesday.
Well, we also have these sessions going during the market hours, and during the market hours, they're demonstrating how to do these types of configurations and setups and working with you on those specific things. We have it, it's broadcast on our YouTube channel. You can also get there from our trading room. They give all of the links to all of these different webinars in the morning there.
Yeah, it's a very nice looping kind of educational system. Of course, we're world famous for our artificial intelligence. Okay, this is it. This is at the premium service level. This is an AI product, and it gives you a full, just basically full trading, and you can optimize it or you can do it by hand. And again, this is where we just do something that nobody else does at all. So Ted asked a great question. So Ted, my suggestion is the first thing that you do, and I'm so glad you asked this question. It's a great question to ask. Brad, do you know the answer? I'm not joking, like putting you on the spot, because I do.
No, I mean, for me, what I would be doing is I would be exploring the different channels we have set up, but I'd be using our simulated trading just to start to get a feel for the information that we're displaying. I join the trading room, so I participate in that environment.
Correct. Ted, you go to the simulated trading, trade ideas, simulated trading, you connect to it. Since you're on premium, you have the Holly AI tab, and you can just enable them and let the software trade it for you in simulation mode, okay? And you can watch it, you can interact with it, just start playing. And again, this is you working at the range. This is how you get started. There is no better way to do it. The worst thing that traders can do, and again, since a lot of new guys are here, listen up, okay? The worst thing that new traders do is they want to get into the market and instantly start to make money, okay? But guys, I know everybody wants to. You're not unique there. Everybody wants to make money right away. But this is a skill that needs to be learned. Managing P&L. This is what I'm doing. See, look at what I have to work through today. Okay? So you can kind of see my, like, by the way, Brad, you know what this is? This is your emotional experience throughout the day. This tells you exactly. So how do you guys feel? Like, am I sounding like I'm feeling these? Brad, what do you think?
Are you talking about the P&L graph and the
Correct.
ultimate number? Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
say the
I think
P&L
you're feeling
graph
good.
kind of reflects your emotion and your skill set for the day. This is how you execute it. So you know, like where we said for Ted, go in simulation mode. That's you at the range. In real life mode, which is where I am in IB right now. Well, that's when you're playing in a tournament, or you're sitting at a real poker table at the casino, Brad. You know, where money's on the line.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is we give you tools like this little thing where it says today's P&L, whether you're in simulation mode or real-time mode, we're showing you a graph of your P&L. Think about that. So you're now visually learning like, okay, I see like how this thing started off okay, pulled back, okay, and then I climbed the rest of the day. Like it just tells you that you were executing well, whatever it is you felt today. Whatever it is that you did today, you can kind of then make sort of a mnemonic, emotional like points, Brad. You know, you can say, okay, I know when I increased the position, I know like what that felt like. I know when I got into something new, and then how it didn't work out or did work out. You know, like I was telling you before about how I like it's a shame on VTIQ, and I don't know why the graphs are coming in so slow. Do you know? Is that the same for you, Brad?
Yeah, it is the same for me. I did restart my system and it seems to come back, but I don't know, they might be doing something in the server room right now.
Okay, well, anyways, the point is, you know, making these inferences of trying to get your total P&L at the end of the day to be close to your max P&L. These are all things that are working parts, working components of the trade. And there's VTIQ. Okay, came in after all. But the point I'm making is that simulation mode helps you get that feel so that then you can do what I'm doing in real life.
So interestingly, Dan, that was a looking at the chart there. That was an AI suggestion yesterday, right?
Correct.
Had that buy suggestion yesterday, giving you the idea that there's something happening in the stock. Don't know exactly what, although you can look at the volume on that daily bar yesterday and it was huge. Today it's huge, you know, far more than normal. So yeah, I mean, great opportunity.
And that's again talking about the stock market. If you guys don't know, it's the only place that you can do this kind of returns at this speed. You know, think about just being able to buy a house and then sell it the same day for 34% higher. I mean, that just doesn't happen. Okay, so the stock market is the funnest, most real game in the world, and we are the best interface sport. There's just nothing about that. So Brad asked the question, can he select which strategies he wants to use? And the answer is of course. So you can deselect, you know, so you can hit control, enable 4. So you can do whichever ones you want. Full freedom. And you can design the trades, you know, edit long trading instructions, like what is it going to be? You know, is it $100? Is it based on a stop loss? Is it shares, dollars? You have a lot of opportunity to just dial this in exactly the way you want it. Do you want it to be a market order, or do you want it to be something else? But all of this capability should come after, Brad, you get comfortable with just maintaining some P&L, being in some positions. You know, this is where you get a chance to, just like in the range, right, Brad? You get a chance to like kind of go for it in a way that you wouldn't maybe do in a tournament, but at least then you know you have it in you, right? So you know, well, what can I hit the ball 250 yards, or is it 230? You know, there's some water that could come into play.
Well, and you know, we give the exposure data here, and I think it's important that people kind of play within their own self, really, and trade the way that they would trade if they were trading real capital, if they had an amount of capital that they were trading. because doing it that way allows you to make sure that you're position sizing correctly and managing your downside properly. If you just kind of go willy-nilly and nuts, then you're not really doing yourself a favor.
Well, and that's why we've implemented a 100,000 buying power. Basically, you have a $100,000 account that you're working with.
Bless you, I think.
Excuse me. Yes. So that buying power is in place, and that buying power will have something to do in the future when we start to gamify the trading and on simulation, so that you can actually win real prize money doing it. Okay, so Brad, let's just talk about one of the big things that we're already bringing to market is that we have for every stock you can go to the news filter and see what's going on. You know, had a buying that here, nice. You know, here's why. So you can again quickly just dial in to what you need to on the news. But we've also added this similar tab, so you can find other things like it. And right now you can say the view mode, and you can say competitors, which is basically stocks that do the same thing, or what's trading similarly. And in this case, it's just these two guys. So I can put any stock in here, and my TO is down 14%. Here's other stuff that was down 14%. Well, charts are a little, again, whenever Brad and I do this stuff, just so you guys know, we're out there doing the demo versions because we're testing things. You know, we're also like underneath the hood because we like what we do. You know, this isn't like, I mean, it's work, but we enjoy being the artists that bring this to life and, you know, let you be able to sort on anything in any windows, if it's going to be about change from the close or what's, you know, closer to 16-minute highs, all sorts of different cool things that you're not going to get at other places. So now then, when you do that, you can quickly go to like, you know, Dynatropics and see, well, what else is trading like that? Now you've got this whole list of other stocks that are doing just very similar things. And look, you know, just look over here on the daily. I think you'll see that they're all, notice that style. So how cool is that? Because then what happens is, like, I can go to X, right? The one that I was doing halfway decent in, and, you know, see other things that are kind of setting up the same way. Brad, look at that. I mean, what a beauty. Look at this thing right here. What the hell is it?
Yeah, and I mean, you can't get too concerned with that bounce that we've had over the couple of days, because when you take that in consideration of the longer term approach for that stock, there is so much room.
Yeah. So let's see if I can. Am I able to put in a filter in there, Brad?
Where are you? No, you're not.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't think so. Don't worry. Anyways, so my point is that this doesn't have as much volume as I would like. So now
you can pop it out though, Dan, and then you can start doing anything you want with it, right?
Totally. But the idea is that there's just all these different cool ways to find similar information. And once again, you know, again, here, see, we're looking for these rebounds. Now, let's say you love Apple. APPL? What the hell is the symbol?
AAPL.
AAPL. Okay. Apple was up 4.27% today. Yeah? It's a big move for Apple, 12 points. Okay. So look at how it's traded, right here. Look at this picture, and I'll check this out. Gotta like that. I mean, do you see the beauty? Brad, did you see the beauty?
Of course I did.
I mean, this is like some beautiful pattern recognition, if I do say so myself. Again, and this is anything you want. You like Tesla? Okay. Look at this stuff. You're just dialing in. It's automatic.
It does automatically do that, and it will be out in the next beta release. Sometime this week, it'll hit our website.
I mean, who does this? Well, give me a stock that people like. Come on. Give me a show, guys. What do you want to see? And we'll show you something similar. I mean, because I love putting it to use. Okay, NVIDIA. Okay, so this is NVIDIA. Okay, and here's what looks similar to NVIDIA. And waste management. And Monster Beverage. Okay, ENPH. Let me put that in then. And this is, by the way, in every version, in every window. If all you got is this, you already have a product that's like 10 times better than any of the other ones on the market. Honestly, Brad, sorry. I had to drop the mic right there. Okay, so here's ENPH. So let's find some other ENPHs that look as good but are maybe less expensive. Okay, there you go. INSI. VTAL, whatever the hell that is.
So maybe duplicate the window, duplicate that single stock, have one of them look at price action, have one of them look at competitors.
Okay. So I can right click in any window so I can duplicate. Come over here, let me just size this so you can right here and go to view mode, and I'm going to keep it on competitors. There's a BTL, so these are the company competitors, and obviously we're going to list that. You'll know which one it's on. That'll be easy. But these are your price action, and this is your competitors. So now I can go to VTIQ, and here's stocks that are similar. So these could be getting ready to go. Oh my goodness, Brad.
Oh, look at that.
Why are you guys so lucky that you're seeing this? Brad, hide this stuff. Proprietary.
Now, as the disclaimer says, none of these stocks are investment advice.
No, they're not. They're just so beautiful. I mean, I'm not lying. That is see, you want to catch these. Let me tell you this. If you are able to, Brad, I mean, and once again, you and I are going Johnny, Utah, and Bodie on them. But let's just hypothetically say you caught the bottom on this here at 648, and it's later on at 10. Well, you are looking pretty good to yourself. And you know what that does? That makes you feel good. That's a beautiful thing to catch. Like, that's making like a 15-foot, 20-foot putt in golf, right, Brad? And you're like, oh, yeah, I'm ready for the tour. Just me, not you.
Those are nice low-risk opportunities.
Right, so doing a couple of things here. I'm going to pop this into, I love this stock. So I have this in my channel. I got an alert on it now at 4:59. Just a little bit, I'm going to be above that, 688. That means it's starting to go. So you do that. I'm not going to miss it. It's going to be right here in this window. It'll pop right up. So do you guys see how powerful this is? Let's look at like MSFT, Microsoft. Okay, these are its competitors, price action competitors. Okay, so once again, you can say, okay, Microsoft's doing it's $169. Well, what's doing something similar? Okay, this guy. What a nice little turnaround again. Brad, look at all these little marbles. It's like I feel like I'm David Ferrier. I got a little name in there. Marbles. Notice there's volume in it. See, Brad?
Yeah, it could be the start of a nice base and run.
So look, guys, I don't know if we can get any better than what Brad and I are telling you right now. Like, this is the kind of setups that if they break, right, this is the side where you mix the psychology and, I mean, you don't need to know all
Go to
the
the detail tab, Dan. Just hit a detail so we can take a quick look. Like today, so that's 3.89 on the relative volume. So 3.89 times its normal volume today. So that's that bar that you see down there.
Yeah, and if it goes through here, that means, okay, where we could really ride something out, and look at that. It's been in a nice trend, just pulled all the way back hard like everything else, right? But if you can pick that trend back up, my goodness, You guys, this is the best Q&A you've ever seen. Maybe this is the best Q&A we've ever done, Brad, and I didn't even brag about it.
So VR is asking a question about buy points and how does our software show it? And it does it in a variety of different ways. If you're talking about AI, you're going to be having the AI windows open, and that tells you when to initiate a trade, what the risk is on that. That's what Dan just pulled up right here. And then there's some longer term signals, like, let's say a week from now, these AI signals that appeared today will appear on the daily chart. So when you pull up one of these symbols like URBN, you're going to see this short sale right here.
And also you can kind of see, this is like what an all-day hold looked like, but it really was profitable for a lot of the day and pretty darn good. It kind of vacillated. Then even after I tried to go break even, it still came almost to lows. I mean, that just basically means, ladies and gentlemen, you can count how many times you could have really gotten out well. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So when you have 5 opportunities to do something at a decent price like that, that means you need to have been able to execute that, Brad, I mean, these are again, things that you practice on the simulated trading environment. But again, the AI trades come in, every one of them has a timestamp, the direction, obviously the symbol, the entry price, the last price. And the beautiful thing is, of course, is that you can, whoops, not here, but in your simulated trading environment, you can automate all of this so that every time one of these trades comes across, okay, it automatically then goes into your brokerage plus. And what I can actually do is, I believe I have some trades in there, Brad, in simulated trading. Let me take a look. A couple more. Let me undo. Yeah, so I had some different ones in there today, but I still had X. That's one of the other reasons how I knew that, by the way, Brad, that working, because I'd already put on that practice trade. So the ones that we have that I did in real life trading are really, I'm like picking up off of my good feedback, of what's happening right now. So let me undo my simulated. You can see, you can then undo your simulated. Now this is my real trading environment. So very easy to move back and forth and back and forth. And this is the ultimate market experience. Again, when you have a combination of a system that's already embedded, that's already working, doing the big statistical analysis, giving you the ability to do freestyle trading that you've been practicing in simulation mode, which is not affecting your account and not drawing down your confidence. On the contrary, doing the opposite, giving you confidence because you are learning to be rewarding yourself with good behavior. I mean, this is, again, the practice. There's virtual, Brad, are there any professional golfers who never go to the range? I mean, I'm asking.
There are some that don't practice as much as others, but no, you gotta, come on, you gotta practice.
Well, but I have to, like, you have to give it to them in a way that is just so they understand how serious it is, right? I mean, you've got this thing called professional golf, which, very famous people like Tiger Woods are doing and other people, and not one of them does not use the range. They have to, because if they don't, then they're going to be way behind the competition that is, because you're constantly honing your skill. I would say, Brad, that it's similar to, like, imagine if you were a competitive shooter, right? Archery or gun. If you don't practice for a while, what happens? Even if you knew how to do it, right? You lose your touch. So you have to really be focused practicing. And this is what we do. This is what our idea generation environment, as well as the simulated trading and all this amazing technology brought together. Again, if there's something hot, you can just easily see who else is doing it, what else is doing it. And that's an advantage, again, that I don't see anywhere else. My goodness, Brad. You guys, I hope you are watching this, right? Right? You better be writing this down. So I have to put this one under dang. But it's all part of the most amazing trading experience, and so like I can zoom out on this one, and then here's where it is. Whoa, Brad, you see how I tippy-topped it? RR soon you will be able to connect to other brokers. Right now it's just IB. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, you saw this is the ultimate market interface environment. Nothing like that. Nothing even close on the planet. Okay. This is just an example of your news window. And I didn't even mention, but we have these buy buttons, which you can drag and drop onto your chart, so you can place your orders. You can stage your orders instead of doing it instantly. So instead of going for the immediate gratification, you let something come to you. It's one of the coolest things and ways to trade, because it lets you really, again, turn off the emotions and do more pattern recognition, which is critical. The trading room we just talked about, Mr. Barry Anderson, who is often in these windows helping us out. It gives you a way to interact with other traders, a whole community, a meritocracy of expert users. As you can see, Barry's got the AI, not the AI, but Brokerage Plus, and he does AI trades. There's lots of really cool stuff, and all through market hours so everyone can see. So I really recommend trying that there if you've never done anything like that. Daily support session, trade-ideas.com. Go away thingy. Hold on a sec. Brad, why is that thing there? Okay, sorry. Trade-ideas.com/live, and that's daily. Okay, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. That's another place where you can figure things out, ask questions to our professional staff. It's very helpful. We are a subscription-based service, and for somebody who's got the sickest technology on the market by far, we are also the cheapest, I think, considering how much you pay per day is pretty much the lunch rate at your Subway. Of course, you pay for things annually or monthly. It's up to you. Annually is the most popular and the best deals. And right now, you get a 15% promotion code, NEWTRADES, new trades, 15% off your first month or a year off of Trade Ideas. So you get to use that right away. It's available all through the day. We have a podcast where I come in and do it, and also we have lots of different guests. Always a good schedule. Look that up on your podcast search engine. And we also help you with ebooks, again, published by our expert staff on just various things and idea points that are critical to kind of get the most out of the market, because you want to know how to work earnings season and as well as these big wave volatility seasons that are just, they're amazing. This is what we trade for. It's like your, Point Break, the best waves around. We're very active on social media. Please like us, follow any of one of these Twitter handles, and like us on Facebook and Instagram and every other gram. I'm old, Brad. I don't know all those things. You can, of course, reach us on this phone number, or if you have any questions, feel free to ask us at info@trade-ideas.com. Scott, I think we are good.
Sounds good. Keep an eye out tomorrow for an email with a link to the playlist where you can watch this again if you missed anything. Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.